I'm Richard Lewis reporting for cadred.org, and since it's a UK event, it does make sense that we're going to talk to some of the best UK StarCraft 2 players. And right now, they don't come more talked about than the young chap on my left. It's JonnyRecco. So, lots to talk about. I know you've done loads of interviews today. I know everyone's been asking you the same questions, so I'm going to try and phrase them in a more interesting way, I hope. The Team Dignitas situation, we'll start there. When you beat Bling in, was it not the last I-Series, but the I-Series before, I think a lot of people felt that Dignitas had unearthed another UK talent, another great young player that could really do some damage on the European scene. And because of that, I think everyone expected you to be with Dignitas for a long time. And then, of course, we all know it ended somewhat acrimoniously with the LOL OK that we saw being put out there on a very good scoop by ES Planet. I'll give them credit for that. So, tell us your version, because I know you're a man of few words, but surely you've got something to say about all of this.
Well, I started back at ESWC. I was fine with not having any salary, any contract, just something like that. Then, I got told I'll get some salary in a contract, now you're getting it soon. It kind of just dragged on after that, like nothing really happened about it. I asked a few times, but still nothing. Then it came up to this I-Series, when I was getting everything booked and ready for it. And I was told, well, if you don't sign a contract that's got no salary in it, you don't get anything. So, of course I said I can't sign it like this, and then you know how it goes from there.
Well, what were you thinking about that at the time? I mean, do you think maybe, did you think, oh, he's bluffing, or because you'd already been promised something? In Dignitas, it's not, it's not a fly-by-night organisation. They're pretty much the evil geniuses of the UK. So, what was going through your head when that was happening?
I don't really we'd talk a little bit before that, and he wasn't really seeming to go for it. So, it was kind of a bit annoying, after being told, it wasn't promised, but he said. Yeah. So it was kind of annoying and upset me a little bit.
Well, to put it in context, you made sacrifices, because we all know in the last time we did an interview out in Assembly, you were talking about how, I'm going to delay schooling so I can develop my StarCraft 2 talent. And that's a big decision to make for a young man. So you would expect there to be some rewards for that kind of commitment. Was it, I mean, you said you were upset. Can you expand on that?
I don't know really, I can't really, I was just, I was kind of annoyed by it, I don't know what to say really.
Well, let me rephrase it. I know that Michael, that's Odie, he's a manager that's known for rearing talent, and he's generally very good at protecting younger players. He helps develop a range of talents, not just their play, but their media training and how to produce content and interact with the community. Were you a bit surprised that he wasn't more supportive, and did it make you feel differently towards him?
Well, yeah, he didn't really help me with that much, to be honest. So kind of just after ESWC, I kind of didn't talk that much. Kind of grew apart, and then eventually just turned into not talking at all for a few weeks at a time, and then we'd talk about something, but
Was there anyone else in Dignitas you could kind of go to with any issues that were on your mind? I mean, again, we've done interviews with players, and Dignitas is talked about as a big family, kind of organisation. Lots of managers, lots of players that help each other out. I
didn't really talk to anyone else, in any kind of positions. It was just the StarCraft 2 players, and some of us didn't get along that well, so it wasn't really I could talk to anyone like that. It was just mainly Odie I talked to.
So, how did it knock your preparation? I mean, just in terms of your overall talent. Once you left Dignitas, and I know it was your decision, I think that's been well publicised. I mean, was there a period where you were sat at home thinking, shit, what am I going to do? Because, school's on the back burner and I'm not with a top organisation anymore.
wasn't really like when I was with Dignitas, like the past few months, I was kind of like getting decreased in motivation. Like I wasn't playing that much because nothing was really happening. But like when I left, I actually started playing like a lot more games. I played online tournaments, like everything I could play. So it's actually kind of boosted my playing level, I think, to be honest. Like renewed it.
Well, you've come here and it seems to have done you wonders. Just before we talk about this tournament, I want to, and I know you can't say too much about it, but you have got another sponsorship lined up. I mean, you're not going to be supporting yourself for too long, we hope, or anything you can tell us, or little.
Like I don't really have anything set up just now.
Okay.
Like I've talked to some people, but it's like I just left a little while ago, so it's just really the start. I haven't got into much details with anyone really.
So was it important for you to, I mean, like to really put on a good performance to try and sell yourself to potential buyers, if you like?
Well, yeah, like this I-Series, to be honest, like it was kind of make or break, I guess. Like I wanted to perform the best I could here, so that someone's going to see me and think, he seems pretty good. Let's grab him.
Well, you've been to I-Series before, and we talked about you playing Bling in finals and beating him, and back when you were stable mates and stuff like that. Were you surprised at the players who came here? Because I know I was. I was expecting to see maybe you, maybe Sam, TLO, Rhett, and that was about it really. And then, some amazing players have travelled from all over the world to come to I-Series. So, were you surprised at how strong the field was?
I wasn't really surprised, to be honest. Like with £4,000 tournament, for first place. You can kind of expect quite a lot of good players to come to it. So like I was expecting, like maybe not so many, but still quite a lot of the good ones to come. And it's not like for America for example, it's not like far to travel. So like I kind of did expect it.
Well, I mean, I-Series isn't really known as a StarCraft 2 event. I mean, it's always had its basis on FPS. So, I mean, do you think that perception's going to change, and that having such a good tournament here is going to really raise the awareness of kind of UK StarCraft 2 scene?
Well, yeah, like since ESET's taken over, this one and last one, I think last one it kind of got a lot more exposure, so people like found out about it compared to not knowing before. So I think like with this one, well, it's gonna grow even bigger, hopefully.
Well, here's the good bit. This is the bit you want to talk about. Some great performances from you this tournament. I think we all know there's one game in mind that you're going to have a bit of a chuff on about, and that's of course beating 4GG, which, again, on paper, even your biggest fan probably wouldn't have expected you to do that. So let's talk about that game. First of all, I know you're a confident lad, confident in your own abilities. Were you realistically expecting to beat 4GG when you were going into that game?
Honestly, no. Like I say yes most everything, because like I just feel like you gotta have confidence, otherwise you're just gonna lose anyway. Like you've got the wrong mindset going into it. So like I don't know. I kind of like, I'm not sure where like I got the confidence into myself, and just like made myself believe it.
And what was it that happened in that game that, I mean, I know we talked a little bit about it before the interview, but was it a case of you were just mechanically better? Was it tactics? I mean, how was it you were able to overcome such a prestigious opponent?
I feel like my mechanics are already like really good. I just couldn't show in Wings of Liberty because there wasn't much to do. It was just certain strategies you had to go. With 4GG, I kind of adjusted my play to like how he plays. He always like really drop heavy, always bio, rarely plays mech, and always early Hellions as well. So I kind of adjusted my builds, my play, and always made sure that when his drops were coming about, I had my overlord spread like perfectly so I could see everything. And I just had units like ready, and you just hold off to ultras, get your bases, and you can kind of fight back then.
And when you'd kind of won, I mean, I never want to ask the question because I think it's a shit question, like how did you feel and stuff, but what was the impact in terms of your outlook for the rest of the tournament? I mean, are you realistically thinking now that well, I can do anything? I beat the strongest player here.
Well, like first game when I won, my hands were shaking a little bit. Like then the second game, my hands were really like quite bad. I've never been like that before. I don't know why. Like I didn't feel nervous, but my hands were shaking.
Adrenaline.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, I think it helped me quite a lot in the games as well. But yeah, like I felt really happy. Like even if I lose, which I don't, I don't want to, of course. But like, I beat 4GG. He's like #1 on Europe ladder, so he's amazing. So yeah, I felt like really good.
Who else apart from 4GG do you think realistically is in with a good shout at winning this tournament? Because we've seen upsets at I-Series. I mean, you know, last time I should say, it was TLO went out in the groups, which nobody saw that coming. I know Bling's gone out in the groups, which is a rarity for I-Series. So who do you think's likely to be up there with the big boys come the end?
There's quite a few people, you know, like everyone's good, but I actually thought 4GG was going to win, like no matter what, but I'm not really so sure now. Well, he was my number one. The other people is like Snoot, TLO, Rhett. I'm thinking they've got a good chance. The other players that I haven't seen much of their game, so I can't actually tell, you know, if they'd win it or not. So.
Is there a possibility that maybe the players who are travelling here, because it's kind of a new event for them, whereas it's something that you're a little bit more used to, maybe some players are treating it almost like a holiday and they just want to come out here and hang out and have a few beers and experience something new? I mean, or do you think that the players who are here are all treating it seriously, based on what you've seen?
Most players, like especially the Koreans and some of the other like really top level players, I'm pretty sure they're just here for the tournament.
Well, yeah, Koreans are just next level, aren't they?
Like, I can't really say for much other people, but like I think most of them are here just for the tournament, you know. And of course, like, you know, there's the atmosphere and people about. The rest of the players, like, you know, I think they're taking it seriously as well, but you know, maybe they're just here for other stuff as well.
So just a final couple of questions before I let you get back to relaxing this fine evening. What can we expect to see next from you in terms of, you know, I know you've got a sponsorship deal to sort out, and you know, let's just say hypothetically you get with a good organisation. I mean, what are the plans for your personal development? What do you want to achieve in 2013?
Well, I really just want to like improve my game. Like, I just want to get better and better, like be the best player I can be. And I just want to take part as much as possible. You know, like I haven't really had the chances like the last little while, so I'm hoping, you know, that's what's going to happen. Get sent to lots of events and I can like show off, I guess. You
set yourself any fixed goals, like a little mental checklist of things that you want to do?
No, I haven't. Like, I just take it as it comes. You know, I play the games. You know, like the short time, I just kind of try and do what I can do best.
And just finally, because there will be people, again, every time you do well at an I-Series, you're going to have a spike of interest where people want to watch more of what you're doing, especially in the UK. Are you still going on with the streaming? Because I know that was something we talked about out in Assembly, that you wanted to get that going more regularly and try and be a bit more accessible to the community. So what's going on with that?
Well, I was supposed to be getting help, but you know, nothing really happened, so I haven't been able to stream for the last, you know, forever. And I still can't really do it now. My computer's too bad. Like, my internet got fixed, upgraded, so that's fine, but my computer just sucks, so I can't do much about it.
Well, let's hope you get with a sponsor that can sort you out with something a bit more swish. But look, it's great to catch up with you again, and I'll tell you what, for all the people who were like, he doesn't say much, this guy, look at that. Right? Those were some long answers, so he's getting better at this thing. He's a shy lad, but a confident one. It's great to talk to you. Really well played, by the way. And to all the people out there at cadred.org, do stay tuned to the website. We're going to have more interviews like this one from here in I48 at the Telford International Centre.